My friends, welcome back to another episode of the Find a Way podcast with Dusty. I'm just heading back from the Nashville Half Marathon. Figured to do a check-in and check in on you. I know it's not a two-way conversation and you can't really update me, but one thing about running, and I've been doing the I Want to Run series, is one big thing that coaches constantly say is, all right, systems check. How's your breathing? How's your shoulders? How's your feet? From what you're saying to yourself mentally. Systems check. So hi, welcome to however long you've been on this journey. It's time for a systems check. And let's go one by one from the very top to the very bottom and what each individual one means and why it's important to do a self-check. So first, we'll start at the top. How's your mind? How's your mental health? How have you been treating yourself? I put a video out this week in regards to combating a historical negative mindset. I have historically been very negative, and one thing I do to combat that is speak positive or speak opposite of what mentally is going on. My wife actually brought this to my attention. It's something that she does, and she's training. What's really cool, 1 week from today, my wife is doing her first competitive 5K, or first 5K that she's signed up for with to run. And man, she's just so inspiring and so just, she's killing it. She's absolutely killing it. She's dropped 31 pounds. We've made that shift from we want to have kids. We got healthy to have kids. I lost some weight to have kids. Now both kids are here. We're done after 2. And so now we're kind of getting into the rhythm, which I've talked about many times before, getting into the rhythm of what it looks like. And she's just got into a system to where she tracks and she knows what her balance is. Yesterday, because she ran such an intense workout, she's like, I have 700 calories left today. I mean, she is a tracker and she is extremely successful with it. She's lost 31 pounds. And it's been about 4 months. She's doing it consistently. And one thing that she has really taught me about her running is because running for her is new and it's difficult, when she gets to those moments where she's got a couple more minutes, she is telling herself on the treadmill, I've got 3 more minutes. I can run for 3 minutes. I've ran for 3 minutes before. I can run for 3 minutes now. That's where your mental health and doing a system check on your mind, that's the kind of mindset you've got to have. That say you're setting yourself up to be successful and you want to get on a plan, and 3 days in, you binge and you revert back. Negatively, you're talking yourself down. You're speaking all these like you can't do this, you can't do this. Verbally saying, okay, this happened, can't do anything about it. I can't have this happen again. What changes can I make? And then constantly making those changes and having those conversations. Mentally, it's almost like the mind is, I guess maybe because of the world that we're in, how negative things are, maybe intrinsically a lot of us are just negative and see and are very negative mentally. And if that's something potentially happening naturally, like I just naturally think the worst, you've got to pay attention to that, you've got to realize that, and you've got to combat that, and you've got to be intentional. It's really important being intentional. Honestly, this whole weight loss journey, health journey, is all about being intentional. If I want to run a better race, a PR, I've got to be intentional and not be whimsical about my training. Oh, I'm just going to go run for a long period of time and I'm sure I'll improve my time. No, you actually won't. First yawn of the podcast episode. You're not going to be faster by just going for a run aimlessly. You've got to be intentional with, I've talked about zone 2 training and how that's really helpful for running. You're being intentional, you're getting faster. You've got to be intentional with taking care of your mental health. You've got to do what it takes to be intentional. Does that require writing in a journal? Does that require talking to someone, getting therapy? getting a support system, talking to your significant other, whatever it is, you've got to be intentional, because it's not going to change unless you make it change. You've got to be the one to make it change. I think in a prior episode, we just talked about how change, like my son wants to throw rocks. He's just got this desire to inflict change. Well, you've got to be the conduit for change in your own life. You're not going to find somebody on Instagram that's going to inspire you enough to make such a life change that you're going to go through it and stick to it. It's going to come from within. And you can't say it's not there, because now Instagram, social media is not new. Now we have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of individuals that have said, no, there's no way, and there was a way, and they found a way. That there was something that within them that could. And even when my wife at times was saying, no, there's no way I'm going to drop this baby weight. There's no way. 31 pounds, and 4 months later, absolutely she could. And she's not, like, at this point, she's in her rhythm. She's in her system, to where things that she doesn't include on her journey that are typically very high calorically. It's not that we're demonizing a food or avoid it altogether with, but those foods that can get very calorically high can mess up the goal of staying at a particular goal, like a goal calorie. You know, she knows how to stay within her budget. She didn't think she could do it before, but she's certainly killing it now. So systems check. Take care of your mind. It's probably the most important one. I'm all about mental health. All about mental health. We're moving on down to your eyes. Let's talk about body dysmorphia and what you see in the mirror. A lot of what you see in the mirror, a lot, it's not going to change. Sure, you can get loose skin surgery, but it's not going to be perfect. I have experience because I just had loose skin surgery 4 months ago. And sure, they did a great job, but it's not perfect. I still got extra skin in my arms. It's always going to be there. I'm not going to get surgery on my arms. I'm just going to have them cut the excessive weight on my chest, and that's it. So, if for the most part, it can't change, you got to accept it, cherish it, love it, move on. You're not gonna look at yourself long enough, and your eyes aren't going to change in a certain way when all of a sudden, like, if you're not happy with the way you look now, all of a sudden something just at the drop of a hat, I lose a certain amount of weight. No, there's always going to be something. So accept it, cherish it, move on. Don't get caught up on how you look and how someone else perceives how you look. How many billions of people are in this world? No one else looks like you. Even twins look a little bit different. No one looks like you. You're unique. I mean, I hate to break it down to the fingerprint, but really, your fingerprint. That's it. There's not another fingerprint like yours. That's crazy. Billions of people in a small little space right there on your finger. Everyone's got a different fingerprint. Accept it, cherish it, and start speaking positively about yourself. Encourage yourself. It's just not... It's not going to do you any good. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I hate the way I look. Where is that going to go? It's only going to go and go round and round in your mind. It's going to just bring you down. And it's you, yourself, and you in your mind. So your eyes. Keep your eyes on the prize that you are. You're a prize. Someone doesn't see it. Plenty of fish. If a friend doesn't see it, plenty of fish in the sea. Okay? I'm good. I'm good. We're not young and grasping for friends. No. We find our circle. We find our group. Those that accept us and are willing to love us for who we are, regardless. I will always cherish those that treated me no different when I was 534 pounds to when I'm 220 pounds. I cherish those individuals. I'm a little skeptical on the ones that treat me significantly different between weights. Hey, it's raining, so if you hear the randomly, it's raining. Now I got to randomly think, did I leave anything outside that I need to go put inside when I get home? But yeah, moving down, systems check. We can go to the mouth, but I think that really goes hand in hand with the mind, with what you're speaking. Make sure your words are encouraging. Make sure your words are benefiting you and not holding you back. Let's move down to the heart. And let's talk about a systems check. How's your heart? Have you gotten your blood pressure checked recently? Have you checked your resting heart rate? Have you worked on, exercise-wise, your heart? Are you getting regular exercise of 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week? 150 minutes spread across 7 days. So 20 minutes a day over a course of 6 or 7 days, whatever it is, 150 minutes a week. How's your heart? 30 minutes. If you're like, man, I don't have time, well, that's why this is Find a Way with Dusty. Find a Way with Dusty. Oh, that's easy to say find a way. This is where the inflict of change, the change, like you are the conduit of change. What's your day look like? I wake up at this time, I get coffee at this time, I get breakfast at this time, I've got this many kids and it takes this long to get them up, I've got to take them here, I've got to do this. You've got to throw it all out there and plan it, and then you got to find 30 minutes. My wife thought, I don't have time to train for a 5K. Honey, let's talk. If you bring the kids upstairs at this time, I'm usually in my downturn of work that I can work, but also watch the kids so that you have time. We communicate, we plan, we facilitate the change, we make it happen, and there you go. She is now on her final week of training, and she's been training 6 to 8 weeks. There's no way I'm going to have time. We found time. You got to plan, strategize to find the time to make it happen. How's your heart? Your resting heart rate's a very telling sign on how you're doing. If your resting heart rate is high, historically, those that have a high resting heart rate don't do well in regards to their health long term. Because you think about it, what is your resting heart rate? When you are in a restful, typically during sleep, when you're in a restful state, how many beats per minute is your heart beating? Mine right now is 44 beats per minute. There's 60 seconds in a minute. My heart is beating less than 1 second, like more than 1 second. So you think 60 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. My heart is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not working as hard, which is going to lead me to live a longer life. I'm taking care of my heart. Systems check. How's your heart? Gotta take care of it. System check next is your stomach. What kind of system check do you think I'm going to do? How's your stomach? But really, how's your gut health? What kind of priority do you have on your gut health? There are a few things that are great for your gut. Super greens, probiotics, turmeric, fantastic for the gut. You gotta focus and be a conduit of change to make sure that you don't have the guppity goop going on in your gut. How's your gut? How's your stomach? How are they doing? Are you supplementing with turmeric? It's a root. It's not a chemical-based. Of course, you want to be mindful, check, of course, before taking supplements. But really, turmeric is great. Probiotics, fantastic. Super greens, fantastic. Take care of your gut health. You take care of your gut health, it's going to make you feel like, I don't know about you, but first thing in the morning, when you get that first dosage of caffeine, it kind of just wakes you up. You think about that for the body, it wakes you up. And for those of you that don't enjoy caffeine or coffee, it's that kind of wake up, warm, nice feeling. Maybe it's when you first walk out and see the sun and the sun hits your skin and it's just this refreshing. Your stomach feels that way when you feed it when you provide it nutrients that it needs. Super greens, probiotic, turmeric. Those three. You take them every morning. It's part of my regimen. My stomach is in really good shape because of it. My gut health is in really good shape. And finally, gut systems check, as we get into 16 minutes into this episode, is your lower half. How's your feet? How's your legs? Got any numbness? I know I did. Are you stretching? Are you doing proper stretching? Are you taking care of your feet? Are you doing proper foot care exercises? Are you maintaining good foot care? This sounds like so minuscule, but really, are you taking care of your feet? Are you taking the moment to maybe get a massage for your feet? Are you lotioning? Are you clipping your toenail? Like, this is all just basic stuff, but really, you take care of your feet, and they're going to take care of you. Are you wearing the proper shoes? Are you wearing enough cushion? I mean, you think about lower half, how's your joints? Are you wearing the knee brace and the ankle brace when you need to? Are you regularly wearing compression socks or compression leggings? Even if you're not going through surgery, wearing compression on a regular basis is great to promote circulation. So are you promoting circulation? Are you promoting proper lower half health? I had a real problem with numbness in my left leg around my thigh. Disappeared when I lost weight, but very scary and very weird to feel. But that's better. It's fine. It's good now. My joints, I am practicing intentional, like backwards walking on the treadmill, which is fantastic for strengthening your knees. Running does not harm, I'm not sure where this started, but you do not damage your knees by running. You strengthen the muscles around your knees by running. It's a common myth. I'm here to tell you, so you're not damaging your knees. You're actually providing improved strength around your knees if you're running. But if you're just walking, that's fine too. Take care of your feet. Take care of your legs. Take care of circulation. Take care of numbness. Take care of your lower half. Systems check. How are you treating yourself? Because, you're sure you can have somebody care for you, but you're the only one that lives with you. Like, it's just you, yourself, and you. That's it. You can have a spouse, you can talk to your spouse and communicate and have a great communication plan, but when you wake up in the morning, it's just you. When you go to bed at night, it's just you in your mind, your thoughts, laying your head down to sleep, waking up in the morning, your thoughts, it's your mind. Systems check. Gotta take care of yourself. You gotta. My friends, thank you for tuning in to this particular episode. I hope you found it valuable in some way. I want to thank all of you that continue to support in many different ways. First, to GoFundMe for my second surgery. I appreciate those that have given for my first and are helping with my second. I am releasing a loose skin ebook in the next week that I'm hoping will sell enough copies that I'll be able to book my surgery come January. Thank you for your continued support to use my Built Bar code, which is Dusty. The Built Bar code through Dusty, it's usually $2 or $3, but honestly, it's awesome. It helps. Honestly, covers the gels when I do these runs, so I appreciate that. One cool thing I have an announcement to make if you stick around this long is I'm actually going to be signed as a sponsored athlete for Legion supplements. I had a conversation with 6 a.m. Run, and I just mentioned to them that they have really came to really speak to what my next mission is, which is running, yes, but also really building a body that is not only going to prepare me for skin surgery, really building up muscle definition, toning, but they've got some things in their wheelhouse supplement-wise that I was very surprised on something that I'm already doing. Interesting enough, my first conversation with Legion is, as a company, we're very transparent. We don't have any proprietary blends. You know everything that's in our supplements, but also we know that you don't need supplements. Supplements can help, but you don't need them. And that was very eye-opening and transparent, and I really liked that. And, one thing that I already take that I'm going to be immediately getting is their multivitamin, which is everything I'm currently already taking in a multivitamin. But my additive adaptogens like ashwagandha, which helps with cortisol, especially a high stressful person like myself, their multivitamin includes that as well as many other adaptogens. They've got a lot of things that are just in the wheelhouse that align. And after speaking with them, talking with them, I'm going to come on board as a sponsored athlete with them. And I'm going to have a code. The code isn't active yet, but the code will be Dusty. And the nice thing and the cool thing about this is any code usage, any commission that I get from my code being used with Legion will go directly towards funding my second skin surgery. And I'll be sharing on a weekly basis an update on how far I am and how close I am. I think it's $7,700 to get my loose skin number 2 surgery. So I'm excited to get there, and I'm hoping that little things help. Maybe even potentially doing an audiobook and releasing that. I just don't know how to do an audiobook to release. I was going to actually do it through this podcast, but I can't essentially release it for certain individuals to listen to it. So kind of going back to square one. But that's it. That's all for this particular episode. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you on the next one. Take care.